We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Snap Take. We are going to be making a Series 4 and 5 tier list. What's up, Min? How you doing, my friend? All right. So, people, hi. Chill the fuck out. That's how we're going to start this stream. Like, the sky is not falling. I know that 2025 America is the land of having the hottest take the fastest. It's all about having this, like, I must have the take right now. Chill out. Breathe. Breathe. It's gonna be okay. I don't know what you just said, Mr. Kerfuffle, but hello. Um, good, thank you. I don't know what those words mean in that order. So you can play Marvel Snap if you've got it updated and downloaded with a VPN for the next few days. This is something that's going to be taken care of. Cam can make it seem like whatever he wants. Uh, from what I've gotten internally, and like this could be shit, right? Like there's no guarantees. From what I've gotten internally, they were assured multiple times by multiple people. Marvel Snap, Second Dinner, was assured multiple times by multiple people that they would not be affected by this, that none of this was going to affect them, and so they didn't expect anything to work. Sorry, anything to go wrong. They expected this to like come and go and be like a thing that affected the world, but not a thing that affected them and their game. And so it did affect their game, and now they need to find a solution. They're gonna find a solution. Nick, if you don't have the game downloaded in the first fucking place and updated, then you weren't using your content anyway. So maybe chill. If you did, um, if you did, have the content downloaded and updated, you can get them with a VPN. I promise. If you're looking for a free VPN, there's a VPN that made themselves free because they don't like what the US government did. Go check out my Discord. If you're on the Discord, ! Discord is the command. I posted it in my whatchamacallit, in my main chat on the Discord, so if anyone wants to go find it, they can find it. If you want to play Marvel Snap, you can play Marvel Snap. If you want to just complain, this is the wrong stream for you. Just straight up. We don't know what happened. Pretending we know what happened is crazy. I know, I promise you, unless you are working for Second Dinner and you've come to stop by, I probably, yeah, I'm Canadian too right now, J2. I probably know more of what's going on than you do, just as a general rule, right? Like, I'm in the creator program, I talk to Second Dinner people, I talk to some big creators, and at the end of the day, what's going on is out of their control. It's possible Newverse is the villain. It's possible the U.S. government is the villain. I don't know. And you know who else doesn't know? Neither do you. Please touch grass and chill out. If you're here to go, the sky is falling, the sky is falling, they robbed me, go watch someone else's stream. We all clear? This is insanely weird. This is literally unprecedented. The U.S. government has not banned a entire service like this fundamentally ever. I gotta fix my mic a little bit. Give me a sec. I'm gonna unplug and replug. Yeah. Mr. Kerfuffle, I don't not wish I was in Canada as a general rule, coming especially in the next couple days. Yeah, I am promoting VPN. I am Snap Judgments in this case. I am not my own person. I am the LLC of Snap Judgments. Thank you. What's about the government being able to just ban things? Look, I'm not a super big fan of that either, but I don't know if you noticed this, but the government's always had that power. Like this isn't a new thing. You might not pay enough attention to like think this is new. But it's not. All right. Well, if TikTok is restoring services, then guess what? So is Snap. Chill out. Again, everyone's going, the sky is falling, right? Cam farmed views. You got a bajillion views from it. Freaking Ratco made a short of my statement at the beginning of today's video. This is not going to be the end of the world. There's a lot of money in this. Please chill out. Robotoing? I don't know what this means. Kerfuffle, why are you like, I don't understand what you're saying today. So again, please breathe. Please, pretty please. It's been about 12 hours, 13 hours maybe since this happened. It's feeling different because it affects you. Like there's all sorts of people that are have all sorts of things just taken from them all the time. in really, really meaningful ways. Um, like in Detroit, the government legally allowed a bunch of banks to steal a bunch of underprivileged people's homes and houses, and claim them for their own. I'm pretty sure that was fucking just claiming. Um, that was pretty bad, right? Like this isn't new, right? And thank you, Synth. Like just breathe. Just seriously breathe. I don't love hot take culture. Like if you've watched my videos, and I'm assuming if you're here, you've watched my videos, you know that like I will give a take and then I will give a response take and then I will give like 8 counterclaims. Like I do that when I review new cards, right? Like and new cards are significantly less important than this. Please, please, pretty please breathe. It will be fine. Yeah, Toxie shouldn't be on this. This is just the tier list I found. This is apparently so here's the list I found. It is up to November, but it has all the new cards. It just doesn't have the whatchamacallit. No, 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 not you, J26. A bunch of people came in and were like, I'm being robbed. And it's like, yeah, don't bring that noise here. I don't have time for that. Yes, the US government is sick of the spotlight system. They're like, bring the shit. What's up, Gutenschat? What's up, Nick the Greek Geek? You didn't miss the tier list. You missed me yelling at everyone to calm down. That's what you missed. Hey, thanks for the shout out, Mr. Greek Geek. Let's get some music going and chill out. Chill out. Things are gonna be fine. I promise you, if you check my Discord, there's a free VPN. Go play Marvel Snap. Audio is off on the Twitch side. How is that possible? My audio says it's working. That doesn't even make sense. What audio is off on the Twitch side, friends? Can Twitch not hear me? Okay, Twitch can hear me. Oh, I guess I should put my face up. Good point. I was, oh, you missed my face as I was like rolling my eyes at everybody. Oh well. And again, not everybody. Most people are reasonable. But hey, if you're the type of person who, when something happens in the world, you must immediately have a take, you must immediately feel a certain way about it, take a step back and breathe. We don't have all the information. When you have information, if you want to sit and make a recent take, that's fine. But you're making bad decisions. You're being easily manipulated by immediately emotionally responding to everything that happens. Don't do that. All right. We all good? Ready to do the tier list? How's everybody feeling? Tier list ready? I'm going to take a sip of water and then we're going to get started. I think I'm going to record my tier list making just in case I want to make Ratco do something with it later. So let me press record also and then we'll get started. We're going to take our time. We're going to talk. We're going to look things up during this. We're not going to immediately jump to conclusions. Everybody good? All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Snap Take. Today, we are doing a tier list for every Series 4 and 5 Marvel Snap card. I am live on both YouTube and Twitch to do this, so make sure you check out a live stream if you're interested in getting the best information the fastest. But for now, let us begin by tiering the first alphabetical Series 5 card, Agent Venom. Mr. Kerfuffle asked their way to VPN and app on mobile. Yeah, you just download an app like from the App Store. I personally pay for Proton VPN. I have for a while. Tunnel Bear and the one I posted on the Discord should work fine. hmm Tunnel Bear and Proton work fine. Yeah, VPNs are a good thing. Again, I've always paid for a VPN. It's a thing I do. All right, we're gonna talk about Agent Venom. Agent Venom is a card that was the best card in Marvel Snap for a little while. He was nerfed. Now he really has 1.5 deck. He's very, very, very good in decks that run the like Havoc deck, basically. If you're not aware of the Havoc deck, I featured it multiple times, including in Friday's video where I went over the top 10 decks in Snap. He's an absolute requirement for that list. Like you could try without him, but it's really bad. Outside of that, he's okay in bounce, but I cut him in bounce and I don't miss him. He's only very good for Hood if he's only giving 3 power. Outside of that, the extra 2 power on like a bishop is fine. The extra 3 power on a siege is fine. But none of that is required for the list, and his own 5 power is nice. But none of that's required for the list. As such, I think that he goes into the B tier. He's basically a one card deck at this one deck card at this point. Yeah, I had to get that in the right order in my head. He's a one deck card at this point. A very good one, but not like necessary or required for the game. So far so good, everybody. Any arguments about Agent Venom? Yeah, C4 was great with him. He was in like a million great decks, but he is basically exactly B. All right. Yeah, Guten Shot. I did see that TikTok tweeted they're coming back. Look, Snap is already back for me, so I'm not super pressed. But yeah, look, I had very little doubt that this was going to be resolved almost immediately. People like to immediately react like they know things are happening. The sky is not falling, friends. And sometimes the sky is falling, right? Like during COVID, the sky was falling. And I'm getting texts from my IRL friends about Snap. Like, friends, I know, chill, chill, chill. I'm on it. Okay. Next up, we have Agony. Um, Agony's probably a C tier card. They gave it to us for free. It's not bad. It goes in certain decks. It's really solid with Penny, but they then immediately a month later, after Penny was the best 2-drop in slot for like 5 whole minutes, they then immediately nerfed Penny. Well, they didn't nerf Penny. They released better cards than Penny. They released Victoria Hand, they released Iron Patriot, and pushed Penny out of the meta. Victoria Hand, in particular, makes Kate Bishop better than Penny, whereas Penny was probably better prior, which means Agony takes a major hit. As such, the strength bump decks take a major hit. I think Agony has fallen down. C is probably about right. Ajax's name is appropriate because he is still an A tier card. I think he's almost the definition of A tier. He's one of the best in slot fives. He's not strictly better than like a Devil Dino, strictly better than a Cannonball, strictly better than a Ronin, but he very often is. He goes in top notch decks. Luke is at a bit of a nadir now, so that pushes him to the higher end of A, whereas prior he would probably be in the slightly lower end of A, but he is still an absolutely great card. Ajax is a little bit overrated even in his own decks though, because I've played quite a few Ajax decks that just don't run Ajax. You run Hazmat, you run Luke, you run Antivenom, you run Malakith, you run all that other stuff, but you sort of don't bother to run Ajax. You run stuff like Shang instead, and the decks run fine. Um, he is a great top end. He does win a bunch of games in that list, but he is by no means a card that you absolutely, absolutely must have. He is also in a bundle. So again, I think A. I think A makes a lot of sense for Ajax. After that, we have the great Elith. Elith, I'm gonna stick in A, but I'm not sure he actually stays in A. Elith is very good, but he's not super prominent right now. He's still probably the second best six. I think Gore has probably overtaken him with the rise of the Victoria Hand deck. But outside of that, like he's just seeing less play, even with Wiccan still very prominent. His power no longer feels quite enough as I know this says 6'10, ignore it. This is a slightly older thing. As a 6'9, his power no longer feels as guaranteed to win if you're not getting Wiccan off. So he's in Wiccan, he's in Arishem. But outside of that, I feel like his stock is going down. I'm going to leave him in A, but I have a feeling he might end up in B as we go forward. Hello, Kazushi. Hello to Charis as well. Finin! All right. So, yeah. All right. After that, we are going to any arguments, by the way, again, thus far about the placements. Anyone think that anything is too high, too low? Please let me know. I'm perfectly happy to discuss it, but I'm not going to discuss it like an hour after I talk about a card. You dig? Yeah, yeah, chat's popping because we got a very energetic day happening here. We're a little small on Twitch right now, but we're doing well. Um, Nick the Greek Geek ruling shit. Then we've got Annihilus, and I don't know what to do with Annihilus because it's as of recording 3 days after Century's buff. I think he's the top of C, but if Annihilus is a C card, then Agony has to be a D card, and then we're going to need to add an F tier. You see what I mean? Can I add a tier? How do I add a tier? Nope. Add a row below. So we're going to make a real F tier because I think there are cards that fail. Cool. Great. We have an F tier now. Right. Annie is better than Agony, right? So he's a C tier card though, because he's not as good as Agent Venom. He's a right, like, or at least not right now. We don't have the right deck for that. So if he's not as good as Agent Venom, he's clearly a tier below Agent Venom, right? He's also clearly a tier above Agony, but Agony isn't an F. So we're gonna make an F tier, and that makes sense to me. Hot take number one. Antivenom is an S tier card. This is the new Sarah. This is the new card that everyone should own. It adds so much to your deck building. Why are we just listening to Bob Dylan? I don't want to listen to just Bob Dylan. There we go. All right. So I think Antivenom is an S tier card. I think Antivenom is one of the best cards in the game. It's one of the most versatile cards in the game. It goes in an absolute ton of decks. Volume is annoying me, so give me 30 seconds to play with it and figure out why everything sounds so low on my end. There, that should be better. Okay, we feel better. That the bundle coming in February. Yep, I did a video yesterday about all the cards coming in bundles, and the Antivenom bundle is the best bundle. I think it's really great that they're giving Antivenom in that bundle because I think Antivenom is one of the best cards in the game. People should have Antivenom. It is in so many decks. It is so easy to use, even in decks you don't like super need to run it in. Right? Like even in decks. Sorry, my back itches. Back. All right. Even in decks you don't like super duper need him in, he's perfectly fine as an inclusion. He's like one of the ultimate replacement cards if you have Luke Cage. Like his pairing with Gore and Iron Man is insane. Just a stellar card. Yes, Antivenom could definitely lose to stand a point of power. I said this, I think, on the podcast. Maybe it was not on the podcast. If a card could lose a point of power and still be in every deck, it should probably lose that power. If a card doesn't get played and giving it one power would make it played, it probably should gain that power. Yeah, Antivenom is so good. So I thought Antivenom was going to be the best card of its month, and it turned out I ended up being right. And someone at the time, when as I was like previewing cards, was like, "What makes it better than Iron Lad?" And I didn't know. I wasn't able to articulate what I knew. And my God, my back is driving me crazy. And so I downranked it until I actually started playing with it, and I was like, "Oh, this is just better than Iron Lad." Sometimes you want to run both, but like it is significantly better than Iron Lad because it gives you a zero cost card that you can play that often has a bunch of extra power. Just absolutely awesome card. Synth, good question. Wondering who was low on him. But yeah, Antivenom has 7 power because they wanted people to get him when that Iron Lad question was lingering. Oh, well, welcome to my channel, Synth. All right, next up we have Aranya. And Aranya is probably a B. She's a one deck card, right? That one deck being move. She does go an occasional other destroy or other nonsense. I don't really like her in destroy. She's occasionally good in I actually do like her in Nimrod lists. Um yeah. Uh yeah, they have no idea what it is. It's really, really, really good. So I think Aranya is B tier. She is a requirement for her deck, which is the best deck in the game, but it is still one deck. Given that that's one deck and that she's not the most important series 5 card in it, um I think B tier is appropriate. I could see her being A. Like right now, if someone's like Elith or Aranya, I think Aranya might be better if you're just looking to build one great deck, but Elith goes in multiple decks, so it goes above. I don't really care. Either one's totally fine. Pulsar Glazer are both completely fine. Next up, we have Ares, who's not out yet. Would you like me to tier Ares in preparation? Yay or nay, chat? Do you want me to tier the card Ares? What's whose strongest deck? Aranya? Aranya's strongest deck is Bounce Move. If you haven't checked it out on YouTube, Friday's video, I went over what I think the top 10 decks in Marvel Snap are. That Bounce Move deck is in there, I promise. Oh, thank you, Synth. You're very kind. Thank you. Nay, we're not gonna rank cards like Ares. Okay. Arishem is an A tier, as an S tier card. Like period. Arishem's an S tier card. I don't even feel the need to like over explain this. He is a deck. His deck is great. People don't play his deck as much, thank God, because no one likes to play with things that are nerfed, but it is still arguably a top 10 deck in the game, if not higher. I have nothing negative to say about Arishem except I don't enjoy it personally. It is the easiest buy. It's probably above Antivenom. It is the easiest buy in the game if you're looking for what to buy. It gives you decks. It gives you power. It's incredible. I'm happy they didn't kill it because it's important for people to have low collection level stuff that they can buy and then just play a deck. And Arishem is that, but um, I hate him. He's one of my least favorite cards. I also hate Iron Patriot, but we'll get there. Sure. Antivenom is better than Arishem unless you're a new player. That's fair. I'm not sure how to like. So okay, here's what I'm gonna say. Antivenom goes in a bunch of stuff. Arishem obviously means only Arishem. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to rank those two. They're both great in very different ways. Toxic Soul King is awesome, Finnan. Um, Synth knows Toxic Soul King. Like she follows my content, and I've been promoting the crap out of Toxic lately. I hope she does anyway. The other thing to say is Alex is an amazingly nice person. I really, really, really like him. All right, our next card to talk about is Baron Zemo. And Baron Zemo is a mill only card, but he is good in mill. Mill is good, therefore he is a B. This is very simple. Baron Zemo is not a hard card to rate for me. I think Baron Zemo is like a prototypical B. Mill is very, very underrated, but also very, very powerful. So Baron Zemo ends up in the B tier, and we can move on very quickly and simply from there. Hello, my wife is here with coffee. Sweet, sweet coffee. Thank you, baby. My son is at a trampoline park with his friends. My wife was doing errands, and I have coffee and a sandwich. So I'm gonna get my coffee, get my sandwich ready, and then we'll go from there. Sorry, chat. You're gonna have to wait. All right, I guess we're not gonna make a YouTube video out of this because I'm totally, totally, totally about to eat on stream. I will turn the camera off so you don't have to look at it, but you're gonna deal with me eating because I'm hungry. So we're on to bit. We're not mukbang streaming. I am going to, however, turn off my camera so I can eat in peace. I'm also going to stop recording me using this recording. Okay, so camera, video capture device off now. We will turn the video capture device back on once I'm done eating. Sorry about that. Oh, not that lucky, friend. All right, nothing's going to stop me. Also, I have Snap, and Snap is going to be fine, so breathe. But Beta Ray Bill is the next card we're going to talk about, and you get a bunch of background noise as I grab, what am I eating? Bacon, egg, and cheese. A Dunkin' bacon, egg, and cheese, so it's not the best bacon, egg, and cheese, but it is perfectly acceptable because bacon, egg, and cheese is really, really hard to not be good. Oh, Nick finally noticed Min is here. Ooh, I also have hash browns, I believe. Nope, Carla's egg sandwich. Wife,
Oh, that's your sandwich.
this one?
How many they gave you?
There's a egg wrap.
No, there's two. That's bacon, egg, and cheese.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Healthier.
Okay, sure. I got bacon, egg, and cheese on a wrap, not on a roll. Excuse me.
Healthier. The other one is less healthy.
All right.
There are two since you don't want to eat ramen.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not in the mood for ramen.
It's freezing outside. Is it perfect weather?
I'm not in the mood for ramen, Carla. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. Um, you know what? I'm gonna hit be right back and eat stupidly fast so we can do this. Everyone okay with that? Hey, Derek. I'm gonna just hit the be right back screen. Give me like 35 seconds, like 2 minutes. The what? Uh huh. Yes. Mm. Chat, we're back. Sorry about that. Ooh, and look, I'm back with my coffee. See, coffee? It is black. It is iced. That is how I take my coffee, if anyone's ever wondered. Let's continue with Beta Ray Bill. Ooh, I feel much better. Yeah, I definitely didn't chew that entirely. Whatever. Beta Ray Bill's a C tier card. Who is it? Toxic Soul King would put him in B. He thinks he's better than I do. I think putting things in your deck is inherently bad. Like E-Tree really, really helped him, and so did the 3 power. But putting extra cards in your deck is the hell. Sorry, I couldn't figure out how to put my coffee down. Atrocity, what's up? So far, so good. We're very early in it. Putting blah, blah, putting cards in your deck is inherently bad. It inherently increases the variance in your game, and I think that the payoff for Beta Ray Bill has to be better. I can see once I don't remember what the new whatchamacallit. What are these called? Celestial. So sorry. Yeah, I think Bill is a C. Once the new card comes out, the one that gives +2 to everything in your deck, I can see Beta Ray Bill. Isan, that's what he's called. Once Isan comes out, I can see Beta Ray Bill being a B tier card. But for now, he's C. Speaking of C, how the mighty have fallen, probably the worst of the C tier so far is Black Knight. C tier seems like it's a spot for good cards that just don't have a home in the meta. Hopefully that's a place that makes sense to everybody. There's a lot of good cards in Marvel Snap. They don't always have a place to be played, a place that they belong, and that's fundamentally where Black Knight is. I agree. I'd rather draw my buff cards, but I think Isan can reasonably run Ichiri as its 2 or Itiri, whatever his name is, and having a 6'11" Beta Ray Bill just seems really, really strong. Not Beta Ray Bill. Jane Foster. Look, Derek, you're better tech build than I am. I could see it. Isan's gonna be like super S. Isan would break the scale right now. Black Swan I'm putting in at the top of A right now. I want to put Black Swan in S, but it's just not right. Bounce isn't prevalent enough, but Bounce, Moon Girl, and Dracula Dump are all real decks. She goes in just more decks than the B tier cards. Fair enough, Derek. They're definitely going to release that card. Think about what we know of them. So my theory for Black Swan is she's a requirement for 3 great decks, while these are only for 1 deck. B tier is 1 deck. That makes sense for everybody? We all happy? Yeah, I think Black Swan is an A. Like she's the most important non-payoff in Bounce by like a lot. And she just continually gets better as they release better things, right? Yeah, that's fair. Hey, Butt Squad. What's up, Butt? Next up, we have Blink. Uh, we did a long talk about that at the start of the stream. Basically, it's going to be fine. Just chill. Use a VPN for now if you want to. If you need a free VPN that works, check my Discord. Just !point Discord. Outside of that, don't stress it. I don't know what to do with Blink. I want to put Blink in B, but I think she might be A tier because of the return of Hela. Is that crazy? Lobi? Hela's back. Hela's good. Um, so the Hela deck I made, I've been winning a lot with. And then, yeah, I could see Blink being a low A. Sort of how good they are overall. I'm trying to be all-encompassing here. Yeah, it's high B, low A. I'm going to put it at the top of B for now, I think, because I like a smaller A tier for this type of tier list because the points to show differentiation. I hate when I watch a tier list and it's like everything is A and S, and then there's this one F. And it's like, come on, man. So my logic here for Blink is, huh? Wait, what happened? Bradley's name is Derek is my daddy. Just, in case you're wondering. Cougar, what's up? Your deck tomorrow, don't forget. All right. So Blink is going to be a high B tier card because Blink is excellent in Hela largely. It's good in other stuff like Butts here. The combo is still worth it. It's a very, very, very good card. Um, if Hela's better, this is going to seem silly and she should be S, right? If Hela's not better, then she's going to be lower. Blob is somehow a D tier card. He's just been power crept away. He can go back to 15 or 16 power pretty easily. The 13 or whatever he's at now is just too low. I don't think M'Baku's a Series 5 card anymore, but we'll get to Cannonball. Bruce is an F. He is bad. Don't play Bruce Banner. We've decided not to speculatively rate the card, so we're going to skip Bullseye and go right to Kyara. I think Kyara is a D. I just feel like even in her own decks, she's just not required. She's a very good card, but I just don't see any reason to really like go out of my way to get Kyara. Is there any argument for a card? Does anyone want to present a Kyara case? I don't want to like. I move pretty quickly past Bruce. There's no reason to talk about him, right? He's utter garbage. Is Kyra a C? Because I just don't think so. I don't think she's as important to her decks as Beta Ray Bill, Annihilus, and Black Knight. And when you play her, you're just like, sure. But like, do you want to play Zoo and Monger Metters anyway? And be like, aha, I got it. Or would you rather just play a different deck for that like week? What's up, Frostman? Hey, Uni. Yeah, positive tech cards are rough. I thought, um, so Echo I think is better than Kara, largely based on cost. So part of the problem with Kara is that she costs 3, and like if I'm running her at 3, what other 3s am I not running? I think Cannonball has to be in B. I really want to put him in A. I'm not so let's take a minute. Cannonball's the first thing we're actually going to look up stats for. I get that, Derek. I completely see that. So let's start here. That suggests B to me. Let's see if it's amazing in Top Infinite. It's good in Top Infinite. No crazy popularity, no crazy cube rate. Let's see if there's some kind of crazy Cannonball decks around that we're missing. It's just junk, which is again very good, but not like dominating the meta. I think B feels right for Cannonball. Any arguments for Cannonball and B? I'm gonna put it right here, right around here, middle of B. Feels about right. Cannonball is an A. Why is it an A, Derek? But sell me on it. Look, you're, I mean, arguably the two best Marvel Snap players in the world, along with the Austrian who needs help to get to number 1 apparently, because it is good. Low A? All right. I'm gonna trust the experts and put it in A. Well, stop being lazy, Derek, and get me a nice Canniballist. By the way, one of your video decks, actually, one of you and Butts decks were in today's video. Bruce is really bad. We'll get to Luna soon. It's better than Blink, and I love Blink. It is better than Blink, but does it have better decks than Blink right now? I mean, I guess you would know that better. I haven't played Cannonball outside of a Hella deck in a really long time. Cannonball tends to go in really toxic stuff that I enjoy a little less. Look, Cannonball just took 4 from me. I got Galactus, and Cannonball hit my Dracula with Apocalypse in hand. So that was fun. All right, Cassandra, nice simple B. She's a different type of B. I don't want to split B into 2, but B is all right. Sounds good, Derek. But B is trying to perfect Shuri Kidder. Is Shuri Kitty real, Derek? Oh. Oh, also, while we're here, I guess it's worthwhile to make sure this shit still works. Hey, the GitHub still works. Sizer in 1, Honifer in 2, Derek in 3, Jocko in 4, Butt in 5. Il Tatico, who the Italians claim they are not pumping, but he is not very good at Marvel Snap, is number 6. So we'll see what that means. I'm pretty sure the Italians are just pumping him. Our friend Cougar, whose deck we have exclusively in tomorrow's video, is number 7, which really means you're number 6, bud, because I'm at a point where, like, if you get caught cheating, just go F yourself. You cannot get to the web shop right now. I have a special leaderboard. Yeah, nothing's gonna get you to the web shop. The web shop is just down. All right. Okay. We're on to Cassandra. Cassandra is, I believe, a B tier card. She is just very good in multiple decks. She's one of the best filler threes too. If you just need something to do with a 3-on-3, you can run her. If you're running Bast or something, you can run her. I am all about putting Cassandra Nova in the B tier. Um, she's probably better than Zemo, but it's close. They're very similar cards in terms of power level right now. Zemo is better, obviously, in his deck than Cassandra is in the Agent Venom deck, but Cassandra goes in more extra decks. Copycat, I think, has officially been kicked from S tier. She's no longer. You think Zemo? Sure, whatever. I don't fucking care. They're in the same tier. Within the tier, I don't super duper care. What the tier means is ultimately you can argue any of these without me having too much trouble. So I think Copycat is probably the top of S right now. Sorry, the top of A, but not S anymore. Um, they've just officially released enough good, generically good 3-drops that she is no longer the requirement she was. She is no longer like clearly the best of them, so she ends up in A instead of S. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to read Hydra Bob soon. I wish I had given this more thought in advance. Next up, we got Corvus Glaive, and Corvus is gonna go in C tier because he's good in the Danish Hela deck. Yeah, Copycat's great. One of the best cards in the game. But again, there are a lot, LOT of good 3-drops right now. Like, if you don't have Copycat and you run Cassandra Nova, even though they're in different tiers, you're probably okay. All right, Corvus I'm putting into C tier with the caveat that I could be going higher on it. The Danish Hela deck is really good, y'all. Danish literally, like, the turn by turn is usually meant to be a guideline. I'm not like saying every game do this, right? Um, yeah, Copycat it does rip me for cubes. So that what are we aing? But uh you want Copycat and S? I have an extremely small S tier. S tier will be like 5 or 6 cards at the end of the day. So my Corvus logic is entirely built on the Danish deck. He built a flowchart. If you literally keep that flowchart in front of you while you play, you will win with that list, period. That list is really, really, really strong. Um, so it's the one I've had the most success with. I don't know if it's the best, but it's the one I've had most success with. Distracted wife came by to grab her weights to exercise. Oh, sorry, grab her mat to exercise. What's up, McDonaldine who? McDonaldinho, excuse me. I don't think it's game breaking. I think it's very good. So I did not think it was good. I couldn't win a game with it, but until I literally started doing it the way others were. And then there's Roy messaging me, just a thumbs up, cool. Uh, we continue on to Call Obsidian, who I think is a nice, solid B. He's amazing in exactly one deck. That deck gets a new tool next week in Ares. He continues to go in that deck. He's fine in Thanos. He's fine in other bullshit. I don't know. Cull's boring, but he's good. 10 stats on 4 cost is a good thing to have. Is there anything complicated to say about Cull? He's better than Beta Ray because he's in a good deck and Beta Ray isn't. Yeah, I need to look up Darkhawk because I haven't played a Darkhawk deck in a million years, and I'm not sure he's bad or if people just stopped. Yeah, see, no one's playing Darkhawk at top infinite. Although I do want to try that list. I've wanted to try that list for a little while. That list looks really cool. No one's playing this fucking card. That's ridiculous. Darkhawk is what's really, really bad, Derek. Darkhawk? I'm not putting it below C. Yes, I am. Fuck, really? I'm gonna go C. I can't bring myself to put Darkhawk in D. I had a Corvus, probably ahead of Black Knight. It's in the Annihilus camp to me, where like it's probably good and just not being explored. Yeah. Look, Corvus is gonna end up in D, I think. It's gonna make me sad, but it is. Dokken is our second F tier card. Card is fucking terrible. It's what are the freaking three magic player types? There's the one magic player type that wants to do, is it Jimmy, that just wants to do fun cool combo bullshit? Dokken combo, yeah, that's the Jimmy archetype, right? For magic players, are there no magic players here? That's wild. But yeah, I just tried to click on my phone with the computer. Lovely. So I'm gonna go with Dakin into the D tier and move on. Oh, Nick, tell me if you're here, by the way, please. Nick the Greek Geek, let me know if you're here. There's just not a deck, Vane. I love Darkhawk, but like, what deck do you play him in right now? Nick, I just got a notification from my Twitch that my path to partner is complete. I don't know what the fuck that means, but I assume you do, and it's good news. All right, Doom is an S. So Doom is an easy S tier. I don't think. Yeah. Uh, so Darkhawk kept being the top win rate thing in the game was their problem, right? People kept finding ways for Darkhawk to be one of the best things. And I will I'll add no cap, give me a minute. So Darkhawk power is often tied to the card Darkhawk, but it was really the power of removing people's draws with cards like Black Widow and Rockslide. And when people are drawing less cards, you're so advantageous that you win a lot more games. Yeah, I don't think I can push Ajax to S. Derek, have you tried the Ajax list? They feel fine. Like they're not like that much worse. That keeps it into A for me. I love Ajax. Ajax is one of my favorite things to play, but it's a slight bit lower. No cap. It's not connected to TikTok. One of the parent companies which helped develop and build the servers um owns part of Snap, and that's the cause of the trouble. It should be fixed relatively soon. Don't freak out. Yeah. Look, if there was no such thing as Luke Cage, yes, Ajax is the best card in the game. Like, I don't think that's even like a huge argument, except that it can't be the best card in the game because everyone just plays it, right? Elsa is a nice. Elsa's in D tier. I want her to be in C tier, but she's in D tier. So I don't know if Black Swan is that good, but if you look at B tier cards are almost all cards that are very good, or they're either very good in a lot of decks or pivotal for one deck. Black Swan is pivotal for three decks, and they're all very good decks. That's my logic for Black Swan. You the Moon Girl double up decks, the bounce decks, and the Dracula dump decks all desperately want um Black Swan. I mean, Elsa's definitely below Hawk. I'm gonna have to move Corvus to D though. Until we get some proven stats on the Danish list, Corvus sits in D. Is Agent Venom in multiple decks? What are the multiple decks? Agent Venom is really, really, really good in the Havoc deck. And outside of that, where is he played that like he actually matters? Yeah, I don't want to talk about as people get here late. I don't want to talk about things I rated 20 minutes ago, but I'll do this for Arishem. Arishem is A, the ultimate card to get for new players. If you're relatively new, you should immediately get Arishem. And B, Arishem is still a top 10-ish deck. Period. Even after the nerfs, it doesn't fucking matter. The card is completely insane. People are underrating Arishem very, very much. If you are using a VPN, I don't believe you can purchase in shop. I have no idea if you can purchase in game J26. I think the shop is just gone. TikTok is being restored, which means Snap is going to be restored. Yeah. I told everyone to calm down. No one ever listens. All right. Fenris is an A tier card, I think. Although it might be the top of B. I'm going to hold it at the top of B, but Fenris is really, really close between A and B. Fenris might get pushed up to A because they are yeah, well, you can't use the new war store right now, JD. So Fenris might be pushed up by the Hela thing. Yeah, agreed, Derek. Hey, we got a follow. Thanks, Eldities.
just followed.
Yeah, I think Fenris is gonna end up in B for me. So every time I look up Fenris' stats, I'm not impressed. Is fundamentally what the problem with Fenris is. It is a very good card right now. We'll see if that lasts more than the next like 5 minutes, though. Right? His stats are not very good. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see if I'm wrong. Let's do a Fenris dive. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. Excuse me. But even that's B tier here, right? Even with all that popularity. Let's take a look at decks and see if Fenris has any crazy decks. Hey, Jerbear, thank you for the follow. If any of you are hanging out here and are willing to hit that follow, it would mean a lot to me. Please do so. A sub on YouTube, a follow on the Twitch side of things. All right, next up, we're going to hit Fenris. That's B tier stats. That's just B tier stats. Like the mill list is doing great, but it's not like I've played a lot of that mill list. He's not incredible there. He's in discard some Hella stuff. He's in some Cannonball stuff. It's just a good card. I think B is right. It's a very good card in a lot of decks. It is the closest thing I can get to an A without giving it an A. Yeah. Um, I thought he was going to be bad. People thought he was going to be broken, and he landed in the middle. Is that crazy? Oh, Parry's going to come in and be incorrect. That's awesome. So, Frigga, can I get a shout out for Parry, by the way? Nick, if you're here. Oh, and a shout out for Alexander Isaac. What's going on, friends? So I think Frigga is an A right now. Antivenom is one of the best cards in the game. Frigga and Antivenom is incredible. Victoria Hand loves Frigga. Iron Patriot is perfectly happy to double up their bullshit. Even if you're just doubling up a demon, you're really, really happy. Like, Shang and Fenris can swing 2 lanes if they have a Shang target. Lots of things can happen. We're not at Makari yet. Can we chill? So I think Frigga is an A tier card. Not a high AT card, but low A, I think, is where Frigga lands. Looks like we lost Derek, who is yelling at me about being wrong all the time. So now it's Parry's turn to yell at me about being wrong all the time. Yes, just to spite you. It's not because he's ultimately terrible. Galacta's an A tier, but I think an S tier, but I think she's very low S. Um, I feel like people just stopped playing her rather than she stopped being really, really great. Galacta is still, like, I think the best stat stick in the game. She provides more stats when you run her well than anything. The Surfer, yeah, fucking look. I don't know what else to say. Like Arishem-less, Surferless, and random Screamless. And then we can go over to card and do the same thing for Galacta. And we're just going to see Galacta sort of be badass. And that's not amazing. I'm going to let context overall stats on this. That's why you're watching me and not just doing your own, like, I pulled up Untapped. I think the best decks. Oh, he is still here. I mean, if you can you could also consistently get 32 power there. Have fun. Right? So I think Galacta is an easy S tier. I don't think she's better than Doom 2099 right now, but I think it's close enough. Galactus is the top of D. I don't know what else to do with Galactus. This isn't necessarily a buying guide. Buying guide is something different. I don't think Galactus too high. Galactus is the best stat stick in the game, and she goes in fucking every deck. If you just want to play Galacta in a deck, you're not wrong. Where's Butt? Oh, is Butt gonna yell at me about Galactus? Butt left. Sorry, Butt was busy. He had to poop. Ghost Spider is Aranya's Ghost Spider. They're both bees. I think Ghost Spider's probably a little better, but I guess Aranya has an extra couple decks. So they're both bees. Yeah, this is all series 4 and 5. Yeah, Frigga and Bounce. Move Frigga everywhere. Frigga's really, really good. Gilgamesh goes in B. It's probably the same basic idea as Zemo and Agent Venom. It's a one deck card. It's really good in that one deck. So far, so good. Gladiator. Top of B for Gladiator. Gladiator's great. I could easily see Gladiator being an A tier card, but the meta is occasionally very hostile. With Hela running around everywhere right now, I'm a little less inclined to want Gladiator. I'm not rating Gorgon. Gore. Gore is an A tier. It is now, I believe, the best 6-drop in the game. Why is Antivenom S tier? Because it belongs there. Friends, if you come in late and you want to talk about a card that I did forever and ever ago, um, yeah, it's one of the best cards in the game. Then chat's gonna have to answer you because I don't want to have to keep letting the people who've been here the whole time hear me go over the same thing over and over. Check the VOD after we're done if you're interested. All right. Any arguments as to Gore? I guess this should probably be lower, right? More around here. This feels. These cards might have to go to B tier. Rearranging the A tier. So let's actually have a quick A tier chat. Copycat's probably still the best 3 in the game and an absolute cube thief. So she's the top of A tier, but she's no longer significantly better than all the other 3s. So she's there. Ajax pushes S tier. The presence of Luke Cage and how good his decks are without him pushes it down a little bit. Can't I will check my shop. My VPN is not currently uploaded, but I will load it when I want to load Snap after this. I didn't do Grandmaster yet. Grandmaster's not rated yet. All right. Gore is the best 6-drop right now, but again, not a significant tier better than Elith. Frigga is a requirement for like 4 or 5 different decks where she is absolutely incredible. Elith is a tier too high. Too high in his tier. Elith is having a down moment, but still one of the better cards. Morning, Granite. Or good day, Granite. I think Gore is now beating Elith in the best 6 cost category. Fundamentally because of the Victoria Hand Iron Patriot stuff. Means that there's a lot of on-reveal stuff all over the board, which makes Gore better. Plus, Gore is better with Antivenom, who's one of the key cards in the meta. Plus, Gore has the negative lists. Like, Gore is almost never going to be just a dead card like Elith can be. All that stuff adds up to being Gore a little bit better. Elith is better in Galactus, though. Yes, you should get the yes. Sunny on. If you're interested in a bundle review, I review every bundle that has a series 4 or 5 card in it in yesterday's YouTube video. Please check that out. Sure. All right. Cannonball Black Swan is in a ton of lists. Cannonball is in A tier because 2 of the best players in the game yelled at me and told me it was. That's why. I don't actually think it's A tier, but and Derek know the game better than I am. They're 2 of maybe 20 people on the planet whose opinion I would let overrule me on something like this. Cool. Yeah, I mean you don't have to go to YouTube now. I'm just saying like overall, like if you want bundle guides, I did a giant comprehensive one. Grandmaster C. Shit. It's not as good as this tier. Cull is C2 though. It's not as good as this list. Everything in B tier is absolutely pivotal for something. Hey, Dormant, thank you for the follow.
Just followed.
Thanks, Finnan. He is in the best performing discard list. He's in the best performing discard list. You see that how that's a key thing? Like Aranya is in and Ghost Spider are in the best list in the game. They're in B tier because they're just not the key to it. He has flexibility. He's a very good card. C isn't bad. None of the cards in C are cards that I think are bad. They're just not as like they're not required. Like if I'm gonna put him in B, if I'm gonna put him in B, he has to be about as good as Cassandra Nova. Cassandra Nova is the generally good card that's chilling in B, and I just don't think he's quite there. I'm gonna keep him in C, and he's the top of C. He's almost B, but I think he's in C. How is Doom 2099 in S? Because he's in one of the easiest and best decks right now. Nice and simple. He's incredibly, incredibly powerful. Okay, so JD Valentino says it's too high, which is a good indication. Gwenpool, top of B, right around here. She's just outscaled by Galacta, and she's not required in any of those lists. Great card. I think Snap's going to be back in the next day or so. TikTok announced they're going to be back. Trump announced he's postponing the ban. So if TikTok is back, there's very little reason that Snap won't be. The card is going to be C2. But I think that Gwenpool is a B card. Like the B cards are great. I want to be clear here. B doesn't mean bad. I think every single card in B is great for what it does. Like absolutely great cards. Period. C is good cards. I think every card in C is good. And I think Annihilus and Darkhawk are great, but just not in the right meta. Is that fair? Does that make sense to everybody as far as what these tiers mean? Here, we're even going to go. Oh no, my mic is back acting up. Give me. I don't know why I randomly capitalized. Does this make sense for everybody? How are we feeling about this? This is right now. Yeah. If you need to work around, check the Discord. I posted a lovely VPN to help you out. Havoc is a B tier card. Same logic as before. It is in the best deck. In one of the best decks as a pivotal card. The only two cards I think that deck really needs are these two, and thus it's B tier. I think Havoc's probably better than probably a little worse than Age of Venom because it only has that one deck. Yeah, right around here. Havoc is great. Yo, Havoc and Joy, you got anything to say about this Havoc placement? Hercules is our third F. I guess we can order the Fs, right? Hercules is utter garbage. You could argue Frigga's low S. I don't think I would, but you could argue it. I do enjoy the strokes. I saw them live twice. All right, have Evolutionary. I don't think she's necessarily required to take those. Yes, she takes them to the next level, but I could argue the same thing about Ajax. I could argue the same thing about a lot of those cards. I don't think she's nearly broken. I think she's just one of the best cards in the game. Yes, they are. They don't make new music as far as I can tell, but they are. TikTok is back. In case anyone's wondering, which means we assume that Snap will be back soon. TikTok is back, y'all. Evo. Okay. Before I rate Evo, I have a question for chat. What's more useful to you as I do this? How much should I consider newer players? Because if we're considering newer players, it's a B. It's probably got to be a C anyway, right? The way I define them, what do we do about the ban? If you're really worried, you can grab a VPN and just play Snap now. They're not going to fucking be finding people if they're putting it back up in 2 days. If you need a good free VPN, there's one on the main chat of our Discord that I posted. Cool. Newer players should be considered. If newer players are considered, then it is the top of C. If not, it is like the bottom of C or D. I think that High Evo is the top of C. Yeah, I wish it was up before Hello too, but man. Glenn says Hitmonkey is around an A. I assume around an S. I assume he has fallen then and is an A. I'm gonna look him up though because obviously you're talking to the most biased person in the world when talking about bounce. Oh, well, he's going down if that's, but he's good there and he's solid there. All right, well, he's a B tier card here. It's interesting. Yeah, I think we're just rating overall. Fair enough. I wrote bit instead of hit. What are we at? We're at just infinite. So the She-Hulk double up. This is the what's his name? Fudge deck is still doing really, really well. The bounce list. I'm very curious if the Shadow King bounce list exists on this. Because I think Shadow King is better than Antivenom in the list now. People are still running. What's different about this version? I don't even know what this one's running different. Oh no, nothing. I guess I have to put it in B. It's going to be very high B though. Yeah, there's just not enough games. Okay. 3 great decks. Oopsie. Sorry. Near top of B for Hitmonkey. How the mighty have fallen. How the mighty monkey have fallen. We will get to Spider-Ham. Can Galactor replace Gwenpool? Yes, yes it can. It's not as good if you're running name of card in particular. Name of card is, oh my god, Mysterio. Mysterio is the main reason that it's different. Swan has to go down a level. If Monkey's not performing, then Swan's not performing. They're a little bit married. Boop. There we go. There. I mean, I like Hitmonkey more than Antivenom. Hope Summers is a nice A tier card. I don't think it's as good as Frigga, but it's great in a million decks. I recommended people buy a bad value bundle for Hope for a reason. She's incredible. Just a prominent card in a ton of decks that is absolutely excellent. Go get her. All right, Butt's not here, so I can safely put Hulkling in D and move on. Finnan with the 5 gifted. Thank you so much, my friend. I really, really appreciate that. That's amazing. Thank you so much. So kind. Lucian Debaser. Macanasti. The Cat Father. Great name. And Winpate. Say thanks to Finnan if you're here. Thank you so much, Finnan. Yeah, the game is banned. We know. Watch the beginning of today's video. I've talked about this like 10 times. It'll be back soon. Just chill. Yo, Nick, can you make a command in my chat, please, my friend? Butt loves Hulkling. Thank you, Finnan. That's so kind. I want to make a series 3-player decks later on too, if we have time. I don't know what time my son's gonna get home, but if I'm available. Just the command says Snap is banned. There's a VPN linked in the Discord. Use !Discord command, and we expect it to be back relatively soon. Next up, Hydra Bob. I think it's a B now. Still one of the better ones, but it's not like amazing. The bottom of B? I don't know where to put it in B. Um, what? What's crazy? I don't know what's crazy. You think it's still an A? Why? Give me an argument. Thank you, Angel. Uh, okay, I could see it as an A. The main argument that I'm gonna like let happen is in two cards. So I'm gonna we'll talk about it in conjunction with another card. Bob gets played a ton. Bob has played a ton. Some decks drop it. Some decks definitely drop it. Iron Lad, probably a C. It's a good card, right? Somewhere near the top of C. It's not a great card. Doesn't go in a million things, but it's a good card. Not super required. Very good. We have our next S tier card. What I think is probably currently the easily best 2-drop in the game, like dominating everything else out of the meta, is very, very simply Iron Patriot. We can talk about, like, once we're done, we'll just do a whole bunch of questions where I answer everything. Does that sound good, Slacker? So when we're done, I'll answer questions if you want to hear some combos for things. So Iron Patriot is an S tier, and that means Hydra Bob gets into A tier, I think. That's my logic here. I love this song. So Iron Patriot's the top of S, and Iron Patriot chilling at the top of S is because of Hydra Bob. Copycat is lowered by the presence of other cards. Uh, Hydra Bob is a sorry, Jeff is a C tier card. It is a generally good card, but nothing special. Okay, we'll set it up later, another time. Oh, Hype Train to level 2. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Kang is Kang tier. Whatever, what is there even to say? Kang is terrible. People keep asking me how I'd rework Kang, and he should be a different card. So, however, like he can be any cost and any power and do anything and probably be better than he is right now. So people should do that. Iron Patriot is far and away the best thing to do on 2 in the game. That's why he's S. You okay, Carla? She can't hear me. She's got headphones on, but she's exercising. Sounded like she hurt herself, but she's okay. Drinking water now. I don't. Yeah, Kang should be a 1/5 that moves when your opponent snaps, but not when you snap. There you go. Problem solved. Okay. Oh shit. What just happened? We got a sound. A sub from Hellshoot. Thank you, Hellshoot. Hype Train up to level 3. We got a level 3 Hype Train. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much. By the way, if any of you have Amazon Prime, a sub from Real Crisby. Thank you. If any of you are happen to just be hanging around and don't know if you have an Amazon Prime, if your Twitch is linked to your Prime, if you have a Prime sub, I'd take it. You know, thank you. Another Judux with the follow. Thank you. But killing it, chat. Kate has to be in A, right? I don't think she's S, but I think she's A. Largely, I mean, she goes with 2 other cards that are going to be S tier, so I don't want to talk about her too much right now. The T is for Hype Train. Love it. Wonder what Gunny's doing right now. Probably hanging out with the family. All right. Eitri is worse than Agony, a D tier card. Shout out to Zathis. Hey, what's up, Zathis? How you doing, friend? All right. I need to follow Zathis, I think. All right. Where are we? Yeah, Eitri is better than Dokken. Eitri has Loki decks, and I think Loki is very underrated. We're gonna actually look up Loki in a little bit, so I'm gonna save that because we're like 4 cards from Loki. But here, let's take our time. The best E3 decks are very, very low play rate, right? Fine. Great. But he's in this Thanos list. He goes fine with Thor's. Dakin is in Arishem as just literally that could be any fucking card in Marvel Snap, right? And then Arishem, and that could literally be any card in Marvel Snap. And then it's just not played. Like, look at the cube rate on all these lists. Then we'll go cards. There's a way to compare, right? Who knows? E3. Dakin. E3's got a slightly better win rate. Dakin's got a way better cube rate. And that's at top 100. Then we hit top infinite. And Dakin's actually good at top infinite. So what the fuck? But is 0% popularity. That is literally like 5 fucking games. Cool. E3 is a tier above. Sorry. I don't make the rules, except I make the rules. I don't know, man. Do you since the patch? Because I'm doing since patch. I can do if this makes you happier. It's less useful, but we could do it. What cards am I looking for? Dakin and you okay?
Yeah.
Good workout?
Yeah. I just did that and I have 15 more.
Dakin and E3. They're much closer in the last 7 days. They might both be Fs.
Timony
It's okay.
just followed.
They're both going into F. You convinced me, friend. Here, I'll even throw you a solid parry. Dakin can be a higher F. I might take Kong over Dakin too. Hey, Timony, thank you for the follow. I might take Kang over Dakin too. Kang's here largely because they refuse to change him. I don't know. Null is probably the top of C. Destroy's not in a really good place, but it is good for Destroy. Top of C feels about right. It's a good card. Straight Edge with the sub. Thank you, Straight Edge. We're killing it today. Thank you all so much. The hype train is still going, by the way, if anyone wants to really help out. During the hype train, it would be even better to hit that sub button. I mean, Parry, just go get a VPN. Chill out. Adult it up. Did you just never close your snap? You finally closed your snap? Mistakes made. Rookie. Deathstrike is a B. She's probably like low B, but she's a B. She's great right now. The meta is still very, very, very good for... Oh, Hype Train ended at level 3. Thank you all for the subs. Really, really appreciate you. You're far, far too kind. Okay. I think Bullseye is going to be terrible. Parry thinks it's going to be meta. We'll see who's right. I think Legion is sort of the epitome of a good card. Completely replaceable in every fucking way, but very good. You know what? So is Deathstrike. Deathstrike's not required. These are B tier cards. Yeah, something like this. These are all good cards. The whole meta is what Parry says. Check out the podcast from last week for us to talk about that card, by the way. Don't look at the letter, look at what the descriptor is. Is Legion more than a good card? What deck is it required for? Is it great? What's it needed for? Is it as good as Cassandra Nova? Cassandra Nova is the generalist good card in B. Is it as good? Is it like Cassandra Nova? I don't know. I've been doing this for a while. I haven't checked if Snap is back online, but it should be relatively soon if it's not now. You think Legion is B? I can move Legion up to B. It's at the top of C, so look. Legion's B. Everyone's happy now. Toxic is here! Shout out for Toxic Soul King, please. Also, do we shout out JD, Nick? Legion is B? Alright. Okay, Legion is B. Fine, done. Sold. Fine, fine. I was told Legion is B by multiple people. I'm gonna buy it. I need to look up Loki because I have a feeling Loki is more like a B card than people give credit for. Legion is probably a C card, maybe even D. Sorry, Loki. Oop, we're in ads, so we're gonna chill and sort of filibuster for a while and look up Loki. So is Loki only good in Arishem right now? That's miserable. Loki might be D. We're chilling for 90 seconds to wait out ads, chat. This deck is what I'm talking about. No, Derek, you here? Is this you? Who made this? No, this is Abra. This is Abra's list. I would assume Loki. I don't think it's getting a rework. I think it just gets like a 2-3 or 2-4. But as of right now, I think. Well, again, I'm sort of filling time. Most run cards along with Arishem. Mockingbird, Elith. And then there's like 3 or 4 different 2-drops. So Mockingbird, Elith. We could also just. There's been no 200. There. Doom 2099 is in a lot of them right now, as is Galacta, but neither is required. Iron Patriot is in, I think, one of the best versions right now, because it's an amazing play on 2. You go into 4 and they cannot. Wow, a lot of people are cutting Elith from it. I don't agree with that. So yeah, you can see it right on the screen, Granite. Hopefully that helps. There's no like million game Eliths, right? Arishem right now, which is really interesting. I would call this list right here the baseline list. So if you're seeing this list, which I will now actually there. If you would like to copy that into your Marvel Snap, you're good to go. Although, copying into Marvel Snap is a thing. Granted, it's from a place where Marvel Snap works, I promise. I would say Black Knight is only good in the Agatha deck, yes. I would probably grab Arishem. It doesn't really matter if you have those cards. You can just generate them. You can run like a Nick Fury, a Coulson, shit like that, and be totally fine. Like if you do you have Galactic Doom 2099, right? You can run them in there. If you have Valentina Iron Patriot, you're set. Someone tell me when ad break is over, please, by the way. Please note, Bad Rambo, I was not people. I was all in on that card from day one. We're back? Thank you. All right, let's get back to Loki. If any of you need help, we're going to do a whole big question and answer section at the end of this, please. So if you have questions about cards that we've already rated, chill until the end. All right, I think I have to give Loki a D tier. That hurts. That really hurts. I don't know, J2. You are subbed with Prime. I'm seeing the Prime right next to your name, I believe. Hey, thanks for the follow, Arctic.
Arctic_suplex just followed.
What hurts your feelings, Frostman? Loki? Yeah, hurts my feelings too. Luna's probably C. I don't know. She's fine. She certainly exists. I don't like her. But, like, she's fine. Where am I supposed to put Luna? She's, like, not good. What'd Toxic say? Corvus was super good. Yeah, no joke. As far as characters go, I hate literally all 5 characters in S tier. In A tier, I like Kate and Hope and Cannonball. Sure, Luna might be great in Rivals. She's not great in Snap. She's a good card. Again, please don't think C is bad. C is fine. C is a good spot. Madam Web is A. she's the best card in the best deck. But that deck is nearly impossible to play. So I think top of A is fair. I also actually just want to look something up and make sure I'm not losing my fucking mind. What is... This might be S tier, friends. I might have to put it in S tier. If that's regular infinite for that deck, and then top infinite is even higher, this might have to be S tier. So it's sort of a mix reset. I'm trying to take into account a bunch of different things. I did manage. How did I do it? I played it a fucking lot and I lost a lot. And then I watched a lot of Sizer and I tried to go, okay, when he would make a play, I would go, I would do this. He does this instead. And then I tried to mimic that. Like you can learn from watching people stream, but it's harder. We're gonna hit cards. Venom Web might be going into S, everybody. I mean, that deck is the best deck in Snap. If you're the best card in the best deck, yeah, man, that's probably as good as it gets. It's an S tier card. It's an S tier card. I mean, it's completely, so one of the things less experienced people, whoa, shit. I'm gonna have to move things around, excuse me. Give me a sec. I don't want it to be auto-rotated. Sorry, give me a second. There we go. I want to turn auto-rotate off on my thingy so I can see chat a little bit easier. What did I just do? I just closed the chat somehow. What just happened? Sizer rated? Sizer, my friend. Thank you so very much for the big old raid. I appreciate you. We are tiering cards. Wanna hang out and chat with us for a couple minutes while we do it? Toxic is here. Ah, I'm losing my mic. All right, that didn't work. I gotta figure out how to get a stand for my damn iPad so I don't have to keep holding it in one hand while I do everything. Thank you, Sizer, my friend. I really, really appreciate you. You're the best. Um, Sizer, look through this list and yell at me where I'm wrong. So, okay, let's talk about move bounce now that Sizer's here and can yell at me. A thing I see less experienced players do with move bounce a lot is they over index on Madam Web. They play like Madam Web can't be hurt. You have to play, and I know this is complicated, but in my experience from watching Sizer from playing list, you sort of need to play you need to play like Madam Web is going to get silenced and have a plan for when that happens. Because if they have Red Guardian, they go on silencer. Aranya could be a, yeah. So, I mean, that's what you do when you play Sizer. You play, and like, if your opponent hasn't done anything, you're like, all right, so when this gets Red Guardian, here's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, Doctor, exactly. You have to play like you expect that to happen, and you have an answer for it, so that you don't always lose when they have Red Guardian, who's one of the like 3 or 4 most popular cards in Snap. Makari is a C tier. It's a good card. Probably around here. C tier just means good cards. These are cards that are good in the game. It's a good card. It's a good card, Perry. I'm sorry. Do you not like? Do you play it at all? Have you played it? Because it's good. It wins games. I broke Perry. Annie can move up. Look, I want Annie to be an A tier, S tier again. He was the best card in the game for a while. Makari is an A tier card. I could see Makari being, sorry, a B tier card. I could see Makari being A tier. It is an amazing card. It's phenomenal in discard. Penny makes She-Hulk good? What? Malakith. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know how to talk. Malakith is a B tier card. It is a great card. I just don't think it's one of the best cards in the game. The distinction is fine. Please, if you're looking at the letter and getting upset, look at the descriptor too. Agreed. Lelong. Agreed. I love Malakith. Malakith is one of my favorite cards. If it was favorite cards, Malakith might be up here, right? But I think that he's just a great card. I genuinely don't think he's one of the best cards in the game. I could see low A. Again, the top of B isn't that far from low A. Man Thing. Man Thing S or A. A lot of 3 costs are going to be in C tier. I could see Man Thing being an A. Well, it's not net. Okay. It's not nets, it's A or B. So I'm not putting it above Hope, I don't think. Maybe above Hope, not above Frigga. I could see it being right around here. That's probably where Man Thing lands. Certain costs are just very powerful. Makari is a 1 deck card, right? But so is Cull, so is Beta Ray Bill. They are 1 deck cards, but they're really, really great in their decks. No. Copycat is amazing. Copycat's one of the best cards in the game. C tier card, good card, generic, sort of replaceable. Right around here. There. That makes sense to me. Marvel Boy is just very good. Yeah, no, Copycat might actually be S. She's closer to S than she is to B. Yeah, but that deck is the best deck in the game. Also, she's not a 1 deck card. She goes in a lot of War Machine stuff, and she goes in the bigger move decks as well. You can not like the deck, but more F tier cards. It's Meek. Hey, Weasel Boy. Yeah, Copycat. So Copycat's power is ultimately, if there's no deck shuffle, you know a card they won't draw, which is very strong. But what's more is you have access to that card and they don't know it. The sheer amount of times I've gotten blown out by her being a Juggernaut or Iron Man or something, when I'm like, or a Luke, when I've planned for everything that they have in their deck, but they have Copycat, so they have something in my deck that I'm not aware they have, is real. That is her ultimate power. That she's this big cube thief that goes in any deck and can absolutely just guarantee you wins. Right? Sure. Mika's F. He's in like none of the good discard lists. Misery has to be in B, right? Bottom of B, because the new decks that use him are just that good. He's a requirement for a ton of Phoenix Force stuff. What's a 3/5 blue Marvel? Deku? Oh, Copycat? Yeah. Hello, Sasha. So I think Misery is the bottom of B tier. It's a requirement for 2 major decks. Those decks are both very, very good. Nice and simple. I don't know what to do with Mobius. It's B or C. It's B or C. I'm leaning top of C. Someone can convince me to B, but I think top of C feels right to me. It's a good card. It's sometimes completely broken and sometimes completely useless, and it's really, really hard to have a often completely useless with bad stats into B. In the past, it's been S. Mockingbird is A. We're officially knocking Alive to B, by the way. Mockingbird is an A tier card. Copycat is broken and bugged right now, so shit happens. Sorry. It counters 2 of the S tier cards. It does. I can see that argument. I'm gonna leave Mobius and we'll see. Again, please stop thinking C is bad because of American grading system. Like it might be better if I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? But then you're seeing tier 4 and you're like, oh my god. Yeah, it's a good card. I just don't think it's great. So if it were a 3, 4, or 3, 5, I think it's B. Its stats being so bad literally keep it down. Like, very often, because it's a 3-drop, you're choosing between it and, like, Luke Cage, and you'd basically almost always rather run Luke right now. Modok is an A tier. Bottom of A, but it's an A tier. It's the only real requirement for its deck, and its deck is great. I get that. Any real problems with Modok being A? Because I think Modok is A. No, I see the argument. I totally get the argument. You don't think Modok deck is great? Let's prove to you Modok deck is great. No. What the fuck? Maybe Modok deck isn't great? What just happened? Are people just playing bad discard decks? I forgot. Okay, I guess we're knocking this down. This deck had a 60+% win rate for months. Yeah, I guess the mighty has fallen. These decks, this version of the deck was a 60+% win rate for ages. Okay, it goes down to B. Still going to be super high B. Right around here? Right around. Yeah. Yeah. Too much rated Guardian later. Deathstrike has knocked it down. It'll be back. Super Tech God. What's up, Ken? How you doing, my friend? And we got the shout out before I even looked down. Yeah, Red Guardians. Spoiler. We could figure out what tier that's going to be in. We got
Red Marbler just
a
followed.
follow from Red Marlborough. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Moonstone, early hot take is an A tier card. Go get Moonstone, y'all. Moonstone is great and gonna get better. They seem to be rededicated to doing things with in the ongoing space with some lower cost stuff. It's gonna be amazing. Sure, but we have to consider how good the deck is, Devin, and apparently the stats for it are down. And if the stats for it are down, he's a B tier card. No, Moonstone. I don't think Moonstone's S yet. I can't go up to S. S is broken. Ika, what's up, my friend? Yeah, I don't think Moonstone is high A yet. It's really early. And again, I'm going to be conservative early with the card, rather than being super aggressive, but I do think it's an A tier card, which means, like, if you have the spotlights, go get Moonstone. It's going to be better than this card that Parry loves. Is Parry still here so I can make him annoyed? Yeah, sure. They're not going to be great. Week 1 stats are always rough. Let's check best decks and then stats. I'm going to overrule stats based on experience here. Look, the Derek-ish list, although I don't think this one is actually Derek. 60% to 70. The Iron Hand thing, 55 in a million games. That's a real sample for games at very high. And that's, top 50. We go even better at top 10%, where we have 240 games with the Misery version at insane numbers. Replaced fucking Wiccan. No, it didn't. It just was added to that list. Then the butt list with fucking Punisher of all cards is a 57% win rate at high infinite. I have no idea, Bowden's. I don't remember. Does anyone remember what the last song was? I think speed is really close to worth the tokens, if not absolutely. Uh, then we can check cards. And the stats, I assume, on the card are low, because the stats on cards are usually low week 1. Yeah, always low week 1. That's the nature of the beast. But I like when cards are doing better at top 10 infinite than elsewhere. Oopsie, sorry. 100 people on YouTube. Look at you, YouTube, coming alive. What, Carla? Oh. All right, where am I? Yeah, I think Moonstone's an easy A. I don't know what else to say. Lovely. Oh shit, we were in ads. Moonstone's an A. We looked up the stats. Its own card is stats aren't great because it's week 1, but its deck numbers are great. Chilling with Loki and Elsa as 3 broken season pass cards in a row is Ms. Marvel, who's not very good right now. I don't know what else to say. Just not a great card right now. Reset. If you're gonna be rude, don't be here. We don't do that here. Like, LOL, a skilled player will get you a 50% win rate. Chill out. One, like most of the best players end up with a 58 to low 60% win rate on a season. And 2, Top Infinite is incredibly competitive, and a higher win rate there is significantly harder. But ultimately, just don't be rude. If you have an opinion or a take, present it like an opinion or a take, not like you know everything. Thank you. All right. Namora is probably just generally a good card, right? Not great, but good. Right around here. That feels, generally speaking, right for me. She's very good. She's a card that you're happy to have. But she's not broken. She's not, like, insane. She's a good card. All right. Acid Arrow is not as good as we think. Just don't ask any follow-up questions. I cannot tell you more, but please just know I gotta do LLC things. Kang is probably played more than Namor recently, but she's still a good card. Like, the decks she's in are good. She is powerful. I don't know what to say. Hey, Diovan with the follow. Thank you. We got Nebula. Probably in the good cards tier. The good cards tier is getting a little busy, but that's probably why it's there. Thanks, man. She's near the top of this tier in that she's actually, like, playable and good. I don't think she's great. Mobius might have to go to B. But yeah, I think she's C. Ah, thank you, Boombot. Sultan's a swing by the Dire Straits. Appreciate you, Boombot. Nico is going to be a great card. I don't think she's quite A tier, but she's a great card. She just doesn't have a home where she feels required right now. Bottom of B feels right to me. She's good, right? She's currently chilling in move bounce over US Agent. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate it. So my logic here is largely she's really good in bounce, but you don't need her. She's really good in destroy, but you don't need her. She's really good in that misery deck, but you don't need her. She's really good in she's got to go higher, right? She's just really good in too many decks. She's not A, but she's at higher B because she's really good in like a million decks. There. She's a high B, and a high B is like what a lot of people consider an A. I want these two to be stuffed and these to be small. That's the goal. The middle two should be stuffed. Yeah, I think she's better than Agent Venom right now. She just has a lot of fucking decks. Is Gutenschad here? Gutenschad, you're gone, right? Because I'm about to put your card at the bottom of C. That deck is severely underrated. Fair, like, for the record, the Nimrod list, not the Phoenix Force list, that's really good too, but the Nimrod list is severely, severely underrated. That one list is quite good. Great? No, but good. I don't think BK is good right now, but we'll do questions about really old cards later. The Nimrod list. Let me see if I can find it. Gutenschad sent it to me. Actually, you know what? Hate that it goes to notifications. This list. If anyone wants to take a screenshot of it, feel free. Galactus is very, very unimportant in it. But yeah. See, Gutenchad chills around top 1,000 with it. Hey, thank you for the follow, G-Stud.
Stud05 just followed.
What's up, Burnout? Yeah, fair enough. Well, if you put Nimrod on top of Shuri, you're less likely to have that happen. All right, let's go back to the tier list. We're now on to Nocturne, who is chilling in the D tier. There's a better option. She's probably near the top of this tier. Like, I think all these cards are like reasonable in the right spots, but they're just, what would I replace Galactus? I mean, I'd probably run Galactus if I had it. If I didn't have Galactus, probably just Destroyer, run an extra Destroy trigger. Also potentially reasonable, Misery. I wish Gutenchad was still here. Someone tell Nick, want to do me a favor? I know he's not here, but give a shout out to Gutenchad. You can watch Gutenchad play that on stream all the time. He's awesome. Penny Parker, I want to BB. I think Penny Parker is a great card, but she just doesn't see play. We're going to do a stat check on Penny. Please note that like high win rates are not really a thing on individual cards. You should be noticing as we look up multiple cards, right? Like 55 being one of the top win rates. So look at that winning cube rate. That's not bad for an individual card, friends. Although terrible at all infinite. Interesting. I had a Penny list in today's video where she is stellar. Agreed. So this is the list I shared today. I believe, yeah, this is the list I shared today. I've had a lot of success with it. Its win rate came down since I shared it, which happens fairly often. Another decent list. She's just a solid card. The Wiccan list is the only with enough play. This cool list, yeah, she just doesn't see enough play to be higher. She's got to be low. Oopsie, excuse me, sorry. So we're gonna lower our Penny to right around here. She's severely underrated. That card is really good. Yeah, the one I made you play is really good, Ika. You had a 70+% win rate with it, my friend. And I won an Infinity ticket with it very easily. The list is good. I don't know what shot is. I did. I forced him. I got on the stream and was like, you play that now. Where's he from, Nick? I don't actually know this. Fastos is going to be chilling. It's probably worse than Makari, right? It's about as good. It's a little better than Luna, I'd say. It's probably a little worse than Luna. All right, it's going to be the bottom of C, the bottom of good cards. Oh, he's from Israel? I didn't know that. Eh. I think there's just a better option, chat. I think Hope is just the better option. So I really like this card. I've had a really good time with it in Surfer. I've had a lot of success, but the amount of times it gives you the +2 when you really need the -1 keeps it down. Whereas Hope is just consistently going to give you that energy. Yeah, I agree. No thanks. Is he not from Israel? Oh, okay. Yeah, agreed. Is your name Jet? Chat, is anyone here's name Jet? Yay, nay? No one is claiming the name Jet, so Phoenix Force is going to be a C tier card. Right here. It's a good C tier card, but it's a C tier card. Yeah, I didn't expect Moonstone to be so good either, Maple. Hi, Maple. Pixie's a card I need to look up stats for. I'm inclined to put it in C, but I'm not sure. Pixie only needs one deck for it to really, like, fly up the list, though. No, that's fine. Hey, Ika, is this one yours? No. This is the, I have this one set for tomorrow. I'm 99% sure. my options for tomorrow, and I'm saving a couple extra decks because in case Snap decides to be a pain in the ass for an extra day. It's just there's better options. It's a good card. You're fine playing it, but you don't really ever need to. It's closer to D than it is to B. Oh no, that's not it. That's Abra also, not zombies that I was trying to click. Oh no, that's a different list too. I don't know who made this one. Ika, is this you? There's only like 7 people on Earth who make pixie decks, so. If your name isn't Jet, if your name is Jet, you can push it up to S. Yeah. Pixie's best decks have no sample. That didn't really help me. I'm gonna go with good. Probably right around Luna. Where like it's in some weird janky stuff. It's good in that weird janky stuff, but none of that stuff is meta. Huh, fair enough. It'll be fine. Just give it a little bit. It'll come back. Did I tier who? Pixie? I literally just tiered Pixie, Nick. I'm putting her in the middle of C. She's a good card. Not a great card, but a good card. I think that she's like powerful with Mobius. You need to draw really well. She has high variance and loses you games, and she wins you games. She wins you a lot of cubes when she wins you games. But I'm not gonna put her in a higher tier to mess with Perry, because Perry left. He was chased away when I raided Makari. If Perry was here, you could convince me. I don't know what pants means, JD. Is pants good or bad? Also, I like that you didn't defend Jet's honor. I'm gonna let him know that. Proxima's probably high C. Again, another good card, right? Requirement for discard-ish, like Null is for destroy. Yeah, no joke. That Havoc deck is incredible. Again, if you don't know what Havoc deck I'm talking about, please check Friday's video. I don't want to go searching for decks. Ravona's probably at the bottom of B. She's really, really only like required right now for negative as far as I can recall. Maybe there's some Ravona deck I'm forgetting, but she's not that great right now outside of negative. Yeah, negative. And then whatchamacallit. Not doing well is that list. What the fuck is my sample size? 200? That's wrong. I want to see everything. So I make my sample size 40. I think 20 is too low, but 40 is fine. So we got negative, we got some Patriot shit with Moonstone. That list is probably pretty good. Maybe, yeah, she's B. That feels like B to me. She's got real lists, multiple real lists. Probably even higher B than I had her. B is just stacked. Chat, B is great cards. Can you look at B and tell me I'm wrong that these aren't great cards? Multiple homes or really, really powerful homes where it's required? That wasn't Zombies list. I have the Zombies list. Thanks, Nick. PF is right here in C. Snap is back? Crazy. Almost like someone told you to calm down, that it would be fine. I don't know who would have done that, but someone did say that. Well, shit. Congratulations, Chapter House. Red Guardian is S tier and probably closer to the top of S tier than the bottom. It is an utterly irreplaceable, completely broken card right now. I cannot speak highly enough of Red Guardian. It is, in my opinion, the best 3-drop in the game. Well, Pixie is better than Hulkling. That's why it's there. Hulkling is the requirement of your last turn of the game and is often unplayable. Pixie is always playable. I never suggest people open unless they have 4 keys. So unless you're willing to spend to get a 4th key, I don't suggest it. If it's not back now, it will be soon. Red Hulk is C. It's a good card. There are probably better options, but not definitely. Right? Like it's good enough that I'm not 1000% sure there's better options. It's just a good card. Rocket and Groot has to be an A tier. No. Yeah, it's an A tier. It's worse than Copycat, I'm pretty sure, but it's still better than most other cards in the game. Look at how many 3s and 4s are chilling near the top of this list. And now we're officially pushing things off the list. Oh, we're in ads, so we're going to wait to talk about Rocket and Groot for 2 minutes. So, chat, ask me some questions. Let's hang out. Anything old on the list you want to talk about while we're in break? Mine was, I don't even remember what mine was. I'm rare complete, but I got a super rare from it. Thank you, Chapter House. I really, really do try to help. If you ever need help, we're hopefully, again, depending what time my son gets home, going to build some Series 3 stuff. Let me take a quick second while we're in ads and actually reply to the people I've been ignoring from my real life, if you don't mind, dear chat. Also, I have a problem. I've been playing a lot of Balatro in bed, and it's giving me the Tetris effect, and it's really a problem. I do not enjoy sleeping with Balatro. And then, all right. Chat, are we back from ads? Ad break is over. All right, Rocket and Groot is the best, the third best 3-drop in Marvel's now, in like terms of a general deck, right? It's probably not better than Frigga right now. It's about equal to Frigga. Rocket and Groot goes in more decks. Frigga goes in other stuff. Rocket and Groot is really good as anti-clog. It's really good for triggering things. Um, it is a priority card, so it really helps decks that want priority. It's absolutely incredible. Yeah, I love Balatro. I cleared last night. I finally finished clearing. I mean, finally, I downloaded on New Year's Eve, so it's been 14 days. I cleared every green chip, so now I've got to start my black chips. Arishem is the best token shop value right now. We will do questions and arguments at the end about older cards. If you want to argue about a card that's in the last few, feel free, but otherwise we're doing questions and arguments at the end, so I don't have to keep going back and repeating myself. Sage, bottom of A. So, okay. Let's talk about Sage. Sage, very importantly, this is a 3 you want to play on 4 or 5. This is a 3 you want to play on 3. This is a 3 that, I mean, is really, really, it depends. This is a 3 you want to play whenever it has the right target. Sage is a 3 that's a 6, right? No, it's better than Gladiator by like a significant margin. 3 is a card you want to play on 6. Because it's a card you want to play on 6, it is sort of in a different category than most of the other 3s. Cards like Malakith make Sage better. Sage goes in the deck with Havoc and Antivenom. Sage goes in the deck with where is it? With Black Swan and Hit Monkey. Sage goes in the negative decks. It goes in a million decks where it's fundamentally impossible to replace. I think Sage is one of the best cards in the game. Period. Scarlet Spider, bottom of C, somewhere toward the bottom, right around here. Yeah, right around here. It's a fine card. It goes in the little hand buff stuff, and outside of that, it doesn't exist. But hey, I'm happy it exists somewhere. Rock and Groot is countered by Luke, sure. Every single card here can be countered. Sasquatch is in the good cards tier somewhere, probably around a little lower than Red Hulk, probably a little above Darkhawk. It's a good card. It's not a great card, but it is good. It's good inserter stuff. It's good with Mysterio stuff. It's a good card. Not amazing, not required, counterable, but a very good card. Scorn is B. Scorn is great. It's not as good as Modok. Not. It's not. in as good a deck as the move enablers. It's probably here. Nah, probably here. Right around there. Scorn is absolutely excellent. One of the best one-drops in the game. One of the best discard supports in the game. Just incredible. Yeah, you can't get a pixel of the premium mystery variant. I'm going to be controversial and keep Scream in B. I'm going to keep her at the bottom of B for now, but I think she might still be an A tier card. She was S tier. Glenn confirmed so that I can stop arguing with people, thank God, about how good she was. But I do think that she is going to be still a B tier card. I think the Luke Cage concern is much overblown. You run a rogue, a red guardian, a enchantress, and the problem sort of solves itself. The stats are already starting to come back around for it with this deck, which is running just a standard ass Scream deck with Enchantress and Galacta, right? Doing real numbers. I don't know who made it, but it's doing real numbers. We've got the regular Scream deck without even bothering with counters, doing real numbers, just saying, I'll run if I see Luke. Low cube rate means this person isn't retreating well. Like the numbers on this deck are just completely fucking fine. I think the the Scream concern is over concern right now. It'll be better lower, I would assume, than high, but even then, not really. We have a junk Scream doing completely fucking fine. Scream is just good. Like, oh, avatars. You can get a pixel avatar. Uh, yeah, yeah, whatever. I don't like Aerosmith very much, but I like this song. So, yeah, Scream is going to be really good. Again, I think this is going to end up an A tier card once the dust settles, once people get over how much worse it feels right now. Because I think it feeling worse is not necessarily a reflection of its actual ability. Yeah. It's going to look bad right now as people just try to play the same decks, and I think it's coming back around. That is the this is my list and why you're not just looking at stats type thing. Thank you for the follow, Elevator. I appreciate you. We are oopsie. Wow, we're holding our view as well, huh? Sebastian Shaw, I'm going to put higher than most people would. I'm going to put it somewhere in upper B. I think it is the only high series real requirement outside of maybe Galacta for a Cersei deck, and I think Surfer is one of the best things you could be playing right now. Probably right around here. I think it's a little better than Discard. I think Shaw is absolutely stellar and has never been better in Marvel Snap, period. It's so much stats for what it does. And there's so many ways to pump it right now. It plays as like a 13-ish, which is genuinely Sage stats. Like its downside is a 3/4, right? But its real downside is a 3/8. Its downside is a Gladiator. Like I absolutely love that card. I think that Shaw is stellar right now. Any argument? No one's arguing about anything anymore. Oh, y'all are just gonna admit I'm right. Seline is, in my opinion, the worst card in the game. We can move right along. Sure. But I think his presence is what makes the deck like S tier. It's what makes it a top deck. Cersei is a D, I think, not a C. Like, Ika replaced it in the deck it goes in. I just don't think it's good right now. Hey, Dez, thanks for the follow. We're about to get to speed. We're not on speed yet. How's the weather? I don't know how the weather is. My father texted me because I am sitting here on a live stream. Silk is probably a bottom of C card. Nah, yeah, it has a deck. It's not totally replaceable in everything. These cards, the D tier cards, are totally replaceable in every single deck. Like I don't think there's a deck that needs any of them. Whereas the C tier cards are good in that they're at least required for something. Yes, I need more stats for that deck. I can see Corvus moving up to bottom of C. So here. Until literally today, only Danish in the world could play that list. That's D tier stats, right? Just quickly. I played on my phone. I started on my phone. Woo! I was trying to complete daily as quickly as possible. I don't want most recent session. I'm not having a good season, by the way. Oh, Bounce is still doing fine. 9 and 6, 8 cubes, and a bunch more on my phone where I climbed back up reasonably high, and then I lost back again earlier today with the stats you saw. That stopped working for me, but I think I'm just playing poorly right now, honestly, because I've got so much going on. When I've got too much going on, I start to play badly. It's a problem. But we're still ranked 250 in the world. We'll be fine. Call Obsidian isn't replaceable. How? Call Obsidian is a much farther back card. And again, rather than re-explain things for the 5th time, ask at the end, please. Silver Sable is a good card, not a great card, but it's a very good card. So probably around here. Really, really great in bounce. Doesn't really have any other home, but still very good there. Okay, so I think Scar is going to go into A tier. That deck is real. It still has stats. A top-ish player is playing it. Hunter X, rank 10. This is Browday, by the way. Hunter X, current rank 10 player, is playing Scar. That deck is still good. People just don't think it's good anymore. You don't see it, but it's there, and it's good. I promise. It's still one of the best decks. It's also about to get another tool. Speed. Speed is going to be the very top of B. There are other cheap ongoing cards that make it replaceable, right? Like we saw earlier, a Punisher deck doing well. I think Captain America is about to get significantly better. Yeah, Surtur is a really good deck. But Speed, I think, is the top of B. It is, okay, ready? Is Speed as good as Red Guardian overall? No. Is Speed as good as Frigga in the decks that they both go in? I don't think so. Close, but I don't think so. I think Frigga is more important, and Frigga goes in other decks. Is it as good as Rocket and Groot overall? In specific decks, but no. Is it as good as Hope in the decks it goes in? Is it as good as Sage? Ah, shit. It might be an A, because I think it's about as good as Sage. Okay. Yeah, I think Speed has to go into A. Danish! You want to argue that Corvus should be C? Say C and I'll move it up. Say it, fam. Say it. Hi, Danish. Your deck has been awesome for me. Your little flowchart is the best turn by turn for a hyper-specific deck ever. Oh, that's not Danish. Is it Danish? Yeah, it is Danish. Okay. Low C for sure. Boom, done. Woohoo! That makes me so happy. We're going to throw it right behind Jeff. Actually, yeah. Haha. Ebony Maw is not a series 4/5 card, sir. Thus not under the purview of this. I mean, watch today's video. It's there. It's the turn by turn. It's the best turn by turn ever. Like, my turn by turns are meant to be a guide for, like, here's what you're looking for, here's what you should be thinking about. Denish's turn by turn for that list is literally just a flowchart of how the deck works. Spider Ham. D. Fine card. There's a better option. Again, check today's video. Can someone link my YouTube in the chat, please? Watch today's YouTube video. It's there, I promise. It is the lead deck. Please do send it to me. I'll do like an extra video just on it one day. I'm trying to find more second videos in a day to do. But if we go right here, boom, see, best new Hella, all caps. Oh, thank you. I also just posted it. Ooh. Lasher might be missing on the list. Lasher is missing. Huh. Lasher would be a D, just for the record. I started the link at 2 minutes? Whatever. I just grabbed the link as fast as I could. You saw what I did. All right. Suji. Easy B right now. Suji is very good. Utterly irreplaceable in at least 2 decks. Like, this is the best Supergiant has literally ever been. Thanks, oh my god. Chat, we got a celebrity, a missing person in the YouTube chat. We have Docty, the king of former new Marvel Snap card content, is in the house. I don't know how to pin anything, my friend. Maybe I can figure it out. Give me a sec. Boop, 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 boop. I don't know how to do it. Sorry. Everyone's very excited to see you, Docty. You are greatly missed, my friend. So did you hear Marvel Snap died today? I'm not sure if you heard it. All right. Next up, we are going to go with Surtur, who's probably in the B tier. Near top of B tier. Probably right around, yeah. Very good for his deck, but I learned I don't think you actually need Surtur for the Scar decks. I think it just takes it up a tier. Is it back now? I have no idea. Anyone want to go check if Snap is back up for me, please, quickly? I can't really check right this second. I guess I can. I have a phone, right? Let's check on my phone. My phone doesn't have its VPN on, right? Let's make sure my VPN is off. Yeah, my VPN's not on. All right. Let's see if Snap is back. I just clicked Snap. Oh. Yeah. Symbiote. It's just asking me to sign in again when I go to Snap. So I loaded Snap. I'm not on a VPN. I confirmed. There's an error connecting. So it's not, you can get to Snap, but it's not connecting. You still need a VPN. Sorry. All right. What am I looking for? Symbiote. Symbiote Spider-Man. It's a good card, I guess. It's a good card in the decks it goes in. It's a D? I could see it as a D. If it's a D, it's the best D. I can see it as a D. It's just not very good, right? It doesn't have a home where it's required. It doesn't have a really good deck. All right, on to Thanos. Thanos is down a little bit because I don't think Thanos decks compete with a deck we'll be getting to soon, but I think it's still a B tier deck. I think it's the bottom of B because I don't, again, the meta is not especially harsh. Hi, Greylock, but I do like Thanos a lot. All right. Tribunal is a deck that certainly exists. Is it better than Destroy? Yes, I think so. Is it better than Phoenix Force? Probably. Let's actually look that up. So I think Phoenix Force's stats might be. There, it looks like it's going into C. Yeah, it's going into C. Okay. Tribunal gets chucked down to right below Phoenix Force by the stats. Athena. Athena's not staying there. I just have to scroll up. Athena is a B tier card, lower than even Havoc right now. Right around Havoc, probably a little bit better than Havoc, but right around there. Athena's still a lot of power. It's just harder to make her work because you tend to want to play more cards. Toxin is a low B. It's a great card. Move bounce, regular bounce. It is stellar in both of those lists. It's really impossible to replace. Docty with the follow on the Twitch side. Thank you, Docty. Yeah, everyone was very excited to see you. True. I think, look, again, C does not mean bad. C means this is a good card that's either not completely meta right now or like sort of replaceable. Yeah? Doctor, you were last seen playing Marvel Snap. Is there something you want to tell me? All right. Come back, Doctor. Is Toxin too high? I don't think so. Oh shit, we were in ads. People got to tell me when we're in ads. Is Toxin too high at the bottom of B? Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of the D cards were previously the best card in the game. But, notably, none of the F cards have ever really mattered. C isn't bad, Philip. C is not bad. Like, remember, C is good cards. I think US Agent is the very top of B. I genuinely think that point really matters. I think he was S, and I can see him still being A, but I feel like US Agent has been a lot worse. Let's see if the stats agree with me since the patch, because that's a card that we have a smaller sample and less of a feeling. But he has felt, yeah, way worse lately. Way worse lately. Top of B. I think he's gonna find his place again, but it's like he's significantly worse. The Ronin list, that is in today's video, by the way, chat. It's a Derek list. Move Bounce, a weird version of Move Bounce. Sizer actually cut him from his version, by the way. Actually, I don't know which of these two. One of these two is in today's video. What's the difference? One runs Intention Strong. It's this one that was in today's video. Oh, the Ajax list still doing really well. He's in a lot of top decks. He might still be the bottom of A. Chat, what do we think? Bottom of A or top of B? I just got a sound. I don't know what that sound was.
Bo0m_bot just
A sub. Boombot with the sub. Thank you, Boombot. Appreciate you. Right, since Valentina goes somewhere near the top of C, something like here. It was a B tier card. Another sub from Greylock. Thank you very much. We're having such a good day with this. Thank you, friends. Valentina's good. Valentina's a very good card. It's really good in Arishem. It's really good in a lot of the like Ajax-y stuff. The problem right now with Valentina is that Iron Patriot exists. But if you're running Quinjet, Valentina goes ridiculously well with Iron Patriot. So there's a bit of a plus, a bit of a minus there. I do think she's one of the best C tier cards. She's a good card.
Pasomo77 just followed.
I don't know if Toxin should be higher. It's a fundamentally replaceable card, and it only goes in 2 decks. Snap will be back. Don't worry about it. We got a follow from Somo. Thank you, Somo. All right, ready for the take of the stream? Victoria Hand is an S tier card. Censor with the follow. Thank you, Censor. Victoria Hand is an S tier card. I don't know what else to say. That card ended up completely incredible. I told everyone go buy it, right? Like I couldn't have been clearer. But it's pivotal. It's one of the main things in the meta. It is so much power. And it's really, really hard to play around. Its mirrors are a fucking miserable nightmare, which annoys me. But yeah, with Moonstone and Frigga, it's great. It's great even without Moonstone and Frigga. It's an incredible card. War Machine is somewhere in the middle of B, probably about as good as Penny Parker / Namora. The deck that Sable goes in is a little better. War Machine is fine right now. I think Ares is going to be good in his one deck. I think if you really like Surtur, you want Ares, and if you don't really want Surtur, you don't want Ares. I'm also not always right. We went over at some point every card of 2024, and I was right about 70% of them. By the end of the week, I'm right about like 95%, right? Like since I do the like 4 review thing in videos, to anyone who doesn't know, I'm so sorry that those of you who do know are going to listen to this. I preview the card on Tuesday. I say, here's what I think this card is going to be. Then on Thursday, I get top player thoughts. On Friday, I do a weekend mission review. And then on Sunday or Monday, I do a last chance review where I say, here's what I really, really think of the card now that I have all the data. I'm almost never wrong. I don't want to say never because there's probably one time, but I'm almost never wrong by Monday unless the context changes. Like at some point I said, by the end of the week, you should have bought Misery, and then like the context changed where they fundamentally immediately released Malakith and Antivenom, who are both better 4-drops who chased Misery out of the meta. But Misery is so strong that he's the type of card that comes back. So now Misery is meta again. Does that make sense for everybody? Because hopefully it does. Thank you, Gray. I really appreciate that. We are almost done with this, and then we'll be doing Q&A. Werewolf right now, I think, is an F. It's not that I think there's a better option. I think that he's terrible. Unless the Annihilus deck works, or unless there's some list I'm forgetting, I'm hoping I can get him up to a D. He's one of my favorite cards ever in the game. He's got no sample at high infinite. 150% deck. That's not a deck that he really belongs in. I don't like that. Oh, that's the what's his name? Fazzer thing. Werewolf, I think, is an F. I'm so sad. I loved Werewolf. Werewolf, it has a real case, I wrote crime, for being my favorite card in the game. But what do you want me to do? He's got a 33% win rate and a negative 0.107 Q rate. He's an F card right now. White Widow is somewhere at the very, very bottom of C. It's got a home. Its home isn't great, but it's got a home. Hey, Tectonic, thank you for the follow. Yeah, agreed. Agreed, Coupe de Jamak. White Widow is the very, very bottom of C. It's a card that has a home, but it's not a good one. We got an S tier card in Wiccan. I don't think anyone's really going to argue with it being an S. In fact, I'm going to say that I think Wiccan is probably the third best card in the game right now. Wiccan chilling in S tier. Any real fights about Wiccan? Nice. Way to go, Zathis. Wiccan is incredible. Is it required? You can sort of replace Wiccan with Antivenom and Luke, but I think Wiccan is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Wiccan is the single card I've been most wrong about in like a million years. X23 chills with null. Probably a little better, but chills with null. And then we have the last S tier card. I don't think anyone's really going to argue about Zabu being S tier. It is the ultimate enabler right now in the game. It's absolutely incredible. One of the best cards because 4s are the best cost slot. Well, then you have things to target. All right, this is our tier list, short of Lasher, who would be in somewhere near the top of D tier. So I'd also like to note new, right? Like this season. So we have 2 S tier cards already this season. Outside of that, I think every other S tier is a different season. Am I wrong here? Sabu is like ancient. Oh, Doom and Galacta are one season. Excuse me. Are Arishem and Red Guardian the same season? No, right? But Wiccan is the same season as Speed and Kate, 2 other A tier cards. Frigga is also the same season as Galacta and Doom. What a season. Someone called that season disappointing. I was like, are you sure? Hope and Cannonball are like back to back with War Machine in that crazy month. Ajax was July, and I don't think anything else is July. Copycat was July. Ajax and Copycat are the same month. As Hydra Bob, actually. Wiccan, these 3 are all 1 month. So, hang on. What was the question, Red Jesus? I missed it. I'm sorry. It depends what the album value is. You can on Snapzone and SnapFan find album value in terms of like how much progress value they offer to complete. Use that to help you out. Compare a bunch of them and that'll do it for you. I asked Lauren to make an article on that once and she didn't. Nick is tagging me. Thanks, Nick. What are we tagged in, Nick? All right. Okay. So this is going to be, let me save this. When she's gone. So I now have this saved. Maybe. There we go. Waiting for it to save. TikTok is back up, so Snap should be back up, is the assumption. I can see Festus being a low C. I like him in Surfer too. Yeah, I guess by definition, D's there's just better options, right? Like it's not that he's bad, it's just that there's okay. Great. It's saved ideally. Let's see if it's saved in my shit. Give me a sec. It didn't save. That's annoying. Let's download it. I can check the blue stats. Give me a sec. Uh, if you believe that, more power to you. More power to you, Nick. Agreed, Mr. Terms of Service. Good name, Mr. Terms of Service. All right, so we want Zabu stats? Sure. So Zabu, I could see its stats being lower because it goes in a lot of shit. Yeah, because it goes in a lot of shit. Not great stats. But Zabu is one where if you look at the decks it's in, like it just goes in a lot of really good decks. Okay, well, make your own tier list and you can put Zabu where you want. I think Zabu is S. I think Zabu is easy S. It is very hard to replace and goes with multiple other S tier cards and multiple other top decks. This refuses to save or download for me, and it's gonna freak me out. I can't get this all in one screenshot. He opens up Galacta. He opens up. Look at how many of the top cards are fours. Isn't that great? You wish who felt better, Nick? Zabu? Can I make this download? It doesn't want to download, and I don't know why. Chat, I'm so sad. How do I make this download? Nick, what do I do? Thank you to Devil Hell. How do I do that? Control P? Haha. That seems to be giving me a blank screen, my friend. That don't work. You know what we're gonna do? Sorry, I'm screenshotting this and then we'll go back. If you have any questions about any of this, now's a really good time. Function print screen. Any arguments about placement? I promised we would do that when we're done, so now it is time. I could see it being an ad blocker thing. Nope, it's gonna kick me if I turn off ad blocker now. It might delete everything I did. Well, let's find out. Everybody ready? If it deletes, I have the screenshot. What are Silver Sable stats? It's just only in one deck. It's a good card. Remember, C isn't bad. It's a one deck card. It goes in bounce. If you're not using it multiple times, it's bad. Chat, ready for the refresh and we can hope for the best? It saved. Telling me you ain't gonna work when I save you. Oh, but the ad blackers are back. No, they're not back. But it still won't save. Sorry about this website being a pain in the ass. Hey, Nick, I have an idea. Want to save that, bud? All right. So I'm going to scroll up and down a few times and people can ask me questions or talk about. This tier list is not only stats. This is my perspective. This is my perspective on how things went, not just examples of Dex Antivenom was good. Yeah. No, Dex. So there's like I guess 4 shells now, because this is a relatively new shell, right? This Ronin shell is a very good one. It's great and required in the Ajax shell. It's good in Sarah. This type of Valentina shell. And then there's one other deck it's good in, but I might have to scroll for it. Damn it. Worst case, I have the screenshots. We'll be fine. That's wild. Bad Rambo. Oh, cool. Yeah, please do check out that Blue Sky link from Whispered Hen. We love Hannah. Hannah is one of my favorite people. Hannah hasn't been around in a bit. I feel like I haven't seen Hannah on as much. Ugh. Where is this child? I just clicked Twitch and it was like, you have 200 people following. So yeah, I'm sorry. I was trying to find you that last list and then I got distracted by things not working properly. Yeah, again, if you need a VPN to play Snap right now, check our Discord. !Discord is the command on Twitch. And there's a lovely VPN that will let you into the game. In case you're wondering, by the way, the Italians are boosting Il Tatico, who is one of the worst human beings in the game. Oh no, my phone decided to stop working for Twitch. That's fun. Everything else working? Are we still live? Power didn't go out or anything, right? Chat, we still here? Claire, what do you think is the best way to get new cards? Spend money. Red, sorry. The real best way is to spend money. Outside of that, buy the season pass, be patient, save up your gold, use gold for high value gold bundles. Thank you. I'm trying to find that last deck. The last Antivenom deck. Oh, apparently. No, that's just the Hella deck. And this style of deck is a really good Antivenom deck, the Gore thing. So those are basically. Oh, and if you want to play Annihilus, although Annihilus isn't good, Antivenom is really, really good for Annihilus right now. Excuse me. Yeah, the Mafia's at it again, unfortunately. I'm straight up not counting El Tatico because I know it's happening while it's happening. If he finishes top 5, screw him. Our album's a good way to acquire cards. Some of them are. I don't have them memorized which ones are, but some of them are. You're gonna have to check Snap Zone or Snap Fan, and there's lists for that. Yeah. Oh, also, really good point, Cougar. Do not open caches unless you have 4 keys. If you have 3, do not open. 4 guarantees you the card you want, although if you're early enough, your duplicate is very likely to be a new card. You're sorry, yeah, your randoms card. I don't want to, Ratco. Just fucking download a VPN. It's not brain surgery, friends. I said it in this video. You made a short out of it. Go get VPN. Load game. It's not like brain surgery. I don't, Kyle, in any way, shape, or form. I mean, I managed to find 3 new decks a day before Snap Zone or Untapped or anything else get to them. Yep, Tunnel Bear's fast and easy. Oh, let's go back to the tier list. I'm supposed to be taking questions on the tier list, and then oh, look, my ad blocker is gone, and now I have all this shit. So, if any of you have any questions or comments about these, please do let me know. Again, let's actually take this part of the list. We're going to say any questions, comments, or concerns about F, D, or C. F, D, or C first. F, D, or C questions, and then we're going to scroll up. Remember that C is good cards. Quite a few, JD. Oh, I'm not worried about there being legal ramifications. I'm an LLC, Nick. They would have to find the LLC. Right? Like my LLC is doing it, not me. This is all official business. Where is Annihilus? Annihilus is C, right here. Middle of C. I don't think so. No, I don't think I would get Tribunal. I don't know what card you're asking for, Yo-Yo. Messin? What's Messin? Sure, we can check Fasto stats. Our Fastos fan is asking. So look, it's going to have one great deck, and it's my deck. Even that stats are down. Look at how low the cubes are. Better in High Infinite, though. Wow, we got a lot of people in Infinite already. 24,000 in week, at the end of week 2 is a good chunk. And then there's a Thanos list just chilling in Infinite that he's good in. Although, I'm going to be honest, that Thanos list is kind of made up. It's kind of fake. Various Surfer shit. And then we can check cards. Good stats. Bad stats at High Infinite, though, because it is utterly replaceable. Because he's fine. Because he's a fine card. He's just replaceable. Silk has a real deck and a real use, and I don't think Cersei does. Like, I don't think you need Cersei. Boom. Oh, Jesus. All right, Silk might be going down. You might have sold me on Silk going down. You have officially sold me on Silk going down to D. Congratulations. Oh, what the hell? It is now Cersei's friend. So, unfortunately, that function hasn't been working, Denvi. If I give this to you, it shows you a blank list, and I don't know why. Black Knight is at least required for a list. The logic is Black Knight is required and the other two are not. Oh, fuck, that's ridiculous. Boop, see? Yeah, Black Knight's requirement level for a list keeps it 1 tier higher, I think. Nope, don't think so. Definitely don't think so. Noah, do not get Deathstrike and Agony. Like, they are bottom tier cards. Do not go for bottom tier cards as a general rule. Like, I don't think there's anything in D or C that I'd really recommend you going out of your way to get right now. That's kind of why they're in that tier. Unless you're very low CL, in which case evolutionary. And we should all get Null and Death for free. Can I show SA? I don't know what SA is. I'm sorry. Oh, I think Noah's home. Any reason for Super Giant in B tier? Yes. It's really, really great in a Hella deck, and it's really, really great in here. That. It's really great in several decks. Hi, Noah. Not great at regular Infinite, right? The higher up you go, the better that card's gonna get. Because that is a skill card.
Farah and her stupid friend were being annoying as crap. Why? Because they're like the friends that like Farah's nice by
Noah, live.
herself.
Tell me.
Okay. I'm gonna get off in a minute and go hang out with the kid. Because he came home a little upset from his play date. And it's so please note, hey Danish, is Danish still here? This is the Danish list that we talk about in the video. There's literally a flowchart to play it, really great stats. It's really, really, really great in this list. This is absolutely a top tier list. I don't care if it's not being played right now. It is, and then I don't care about the others. These two lists are enough for it to be in B. Thanks for the follow, DP Lawdog.
DPT Lawdog just followed.
Danish, see your list? Doing really great. All right, chat. I gotta run. Let's go over to Twitch and see who we're gonna raid out to. I will be back with a video tomorrow. It's possible I stream again tonight, although not especially likely. I don't think we've... All right, we're going to Zodrex. We haven't gone to Zodrex in forever. So, Zodrex or Devilish? Let's do Zodrex. I'd like to raid Dance, but we're going to Zodrex. YouTube, I'm going to hang up on you now. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all of you. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. This is posted as a stream on YouTube, so you can comment on it if you're interested. YouTube, peace out.